I think so.
All right, Sebastian, welcome.
Thank you. And thanks again for having me. Really a pleasure to be presenting here today. So my name is Sebastian Boccaccio. I'm the regional manager for Skyhawks here in Western Washington. I've been with Skyhawks for about 3 years, but I've been within the youth sports industry for 15 plus years now, all over the country and actually in Canada as well. Skyhawks, we've been around for quite some time, so since 1979. And it's one of the largest youth sports program providers in North America. Our mission is teaching life skills through sport. So each day at a program, we focus on one sports skill and one life skill. Life skills can range anywhere from respect to sportsmanship, leadership, and inclusion is a brand new life skill that we included in our curriculum this year, and we're really, really excited about. So here's a bit about the Skyhawks positions that we are hiring for. And right now it's about to hit our summer season. So I'm going to be talking more about our summer camps and coaching and director positions for those. So program coaches, they are essentially on the ground teaching the kids the skills, the drills, and the camp games. Program directors have a little bit more responsibility. They also are teaching the kids the skills, drills, and camp games. So essentially they are coaches as well. But they are also overseeing the program and the coaches. They're the main point of contact for parents. They're the ones who are responsible for creating lesson plans, carrying equipment to and from programs. So program coach does not require your own car. You can, as long as you're responsible enough to get to the program on time, you are not required to have your own car. Program directors, on the other hand, we do require you to have your own car just because you are going to need to carry equipment around. As it says here, camps begin on June 21st through August 27th, but we also have year-round part-time positions available as well. Yeah, so 15 to 35 hours per week, and staffing is based on a number of factors. So where you live, how far you're able to travel to get to a program. We always try to keep you closer to your home as much as possible. The number of sports you can teach and your overall performance as well. The more reliable you are, the more camps and classes you will be assigned. So a couple of requirements and qualifications. So you do need to be 16 years of age or older for a paid position, but we do accept volunteers as young as 14 years of age. So we're looking for passionate leaders who want to develop today's young athletes. Having a background in sports is obviously crucial. Playing or coaching any sport that we have available. And experience working with children of various ages and abilities, not a requirement, but it would be good to have those qualifications as well. And really what we're looking for is a desire to make a difference and have a blast while doing it. This is a really fun job. I got into it, like I said, over 15 years ago as a part-time coach, just like the positions we're hiring for today. And during one of my first programs, I remember talking to my fellow coach and saying, I can't believe I'm actually getting paid for this, because this is, I'm having just as much fun as all the kids are right now. So we really want you all to have a blast while you're coaching as well. Something that's not listed here are the number of sports that we offer in our summer camps and year-round programs as well. We offer a variety of sports. We started off as a soccer company, but we teach soccer, flag football, volleyball, tennis, golf, flag football. Different sports. So if you're good or have done one of those, or are willing to learn as well, feel free to apply. Our COVID guidelines, so we follow Washington State guidelines. They're obviously constantly changing, and we have return to play guidelines specifically for Skyhawks. What those look like is the majority of camps are now moved outdoors. So We have portable volleyball nets for outdoor use. We're using outdoor basketball courts, as basketball used to be more of an indoor sport, but luckily in Seattle, in the Seattle area and in King County, we have wonderful weather in the summer, so we're able to move everything, or mostly outdoors. We're running camps in pods of no more than 12 to 14, so you wouldn't have any more than that many kids, and we aren't intermingling between the pods. We social distance as much as possible when they're not being physically active, but Washington State guidelines are okay with any scrimmaging and things like that. We do require masks at all times, except for when eating and drinking, and that's both for coaches, directors, and for the kids. Sanitizing equipment is also something we do each day and also in between uses, and we provide hand sanitizer and sanitizing solution for that. How do you apply? Visit skyhawks.com and click work with us, or there's a direct link right here that I'm sure the team here will share with you all. I'll also post it in the chat if it's not already up there. But this is how you apply through Skyhawks, right directly on the skyhawks.com website. If you have any additional questions, concerns, comments, anything that you feel that we can do better, feel free to reach out to me. There's my contact information. I'd love to answer any questions that you all might have. And that is it for my presentation. So any questions, anything like that?
Any questions for Skyhawks? What is your closest camp to the White Center area?
White Center would be either in West Seattle at Alki Community Center. We also have some camps going on in Burien at Chelsea Park. We have programs in Tequila, programs all over Renton, the Renton area. Those are the closest ones, I believe.
Are you hiring for the West Seattle and the Burien locations?
Yep, okay. Yep, definitely. And if you know of anyone in my area spans anywhere from Bellingham all the way to Chehalis in the Olympia area and as far east as North Bend. So if you know anyone from there who would like or want to apply, feel free to forward the information onto them as well.
Other questions for Skyhawks? I know you had said it was fine to take a bus. Do you know, like, if Alki is on a bus route? I believe Alki is. I don't know if Alki Community Center has a bus route.
It's definitely on a bus route. You might have to change over at the junction, at the California Fauntleroy Junction. But there's definitely a bus that does go right to Alki Community Center, Alki Elementary. They're both connected, so right there. I will definitely put up the contact information.
Oh, great. Yeah, there's a question asking if there's a program near Auburn.
Yes, Auburn Community Center, Auburn Community and Event Center is where we have a lot of programs there as well.
Great question. That's nice that you have multiple work locations.
Yeah, and we're all over the state. We like I said, the initial company started in Spokane, Washington. So if you're out there, I know we have a lot of college students who either come back here from Spokane or wherever they go to school and want a summer job. Same thing, if you're looking for a summer job, it's not just in Washington State either. If you do a little bit of research and if you go on the application page, it'll show you exactly where all over the US we have locations. So not just in Washington, but all over the states.
Great. Other questions for Skyhawks? You had talked about the starting wage, and then there was that second position of the supervisory position where they bring the equipment. Do you usually hire from within for that position?
No, we can hire directly new hires. It's based on experience, qualifications, and also how you do in the interview. Oftentimes we can tell right off the bat if you are a good fit for the director position. And sometimes you can start as a coach, and if you coaches are always with a director at a program, so coaches will never be on their own. And so what happens is sometimes coaches see their director in action and think, oh, I can definitely do this. They ask us, hey, I'd love to be considered for a director position. We come out and we visit your camps, see how you do, and then make a decision on whether you are going to be moved up into that director role, which comes with a pay increase, of course.
Mm-hmm. But you need to have a driver's license for that second director role.
Yes, yes. Driver's license is actually necessary for both positions.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
I believe, so actually I might backtrack. I think it's government ID is required for both positions, not necessarily driver's license. There's a question in the chat. Is this an everyday job or is it flexible with the hours? In the summer, we try to keep it consistent, Monday to Friday, either 9 to noon or 9 to 3. But in the year-round position, so if you want more of a part-time job year-round, we have more of evening, weekends, after-school programs that are a lot more part-time, and we're very flexible with those hours as well, and we work around your schedule. Summer, we do want the consistency because we do like it when kids have the same coach from beginning to end of camp, just to follow the curriculum throughout the week. Thank you for the question, Kevin.
That was a really good question. Just to go along with that, Sebastian, if a candidate has like one day of the week where they have another commitment, is that something that Skyhawks can work with, or do they need to be able to commit to like Monday through Friday?
It's definitely something we can work with. We do prioritize people who have more open availability, so that Monday to Friday, but there's always holes that need to be filled here or there in different programs. It might not be as likely for you to get the same location as you would if you were available for the full week, but it is still possible.
Other questions for Skyhawks? What happens if you haven't played that particular sport before? Are you willing to teach like those skills and drills that you want the coaches to teach?
Yeah, if the coaches and directors are willing to learn, we have our summer trainings are coming up here in a couple weeks, and we go through all of our sports, and we go through kind of a pseudo mini camp where we go through a couple things. We also have an insane amount of resources for our staff to use and to learn from as well. So, and it doesn't just talk about the skills, the drills and games. It breaks down the rules of the games, so you can kind of freshen up on that. And we have an awesome team that can also sit down with you and help you to create a lesson plan or to work through a lesson plan so that you are well supported in the camp that you're teaching. But we always try to keep you in the sports that you feel more comfortable with.
How many different sports will you have at each location?
So we offer 10 different sports overall, plus multi-sport camps, which include like 2 or 3 different sports in a week. But we typically, I mean, sometimes we'll do like on one field, we'll do a flag football camp beside a soccer camp. And then the following week, we'll do a cheer camp beside a baseball camp or something like that. Or sometimes it's just one camp and we'll rotate it throughout the summer. What you can also do is you can go to skyhawks.com and you can search for programs that are close to your area by zip code. So you enter your zip code and you can see what programs are closest to you, and it'll tell you exactly how many miles away those programs are from you.
10 different sports, that's amazing.
Question on the chat again. When you are just learning to be a coach, is it just you working with a group of kids, or are we allowed to have assistance or help from someone with experience? So coaches who start off are never alone on the field. They're always with their director. This year is a little bit different because we're keeping the cohorts separate, but the fields are directly side by side. So you have the director right there beside you, with you, kind of mentoring you throughout the week. And our directors are usually super strong and great mentors. So they will always assist you if you are a coach. You're never going to be by yourself if you're a coach. Only directors will be on their own with, like I said, less than 12 or less kids. Another good question. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Sebastian, for being here today. Really appreciate it.
Yeah. Thanks, Jody, for having me. Really appreciate it.